Welcome to Jenny's Kitchen. Do I have a fabulous fun show planned for you today? We're going to go on a picnic, and we're also going to stop by Milliere Winery and take a field trip and have Jana Milliere pair some wines with our meal. I also have two very special guests, and for all you young ladies in the audience, hold on to your hats. We got a good-looking cowboy coming on that loves to cook, and for all you Dave Hitchcock fans, he's back. So with that said, let's get going on our first dish. Now, I don't know about you, but when I take a picnic, I like to have as much food that you can eat with your fingers as possible. And what is a picnic without fried chicken? So today I'm going to show you a great way to make your fried chicken even more juicy and succulent. Okay, we're going to start. I like to use the drumsticks because, again, you can hold these into your fingertips. And we're going to start by adding some buttermilk to a bowl. You're probably saying, are you crazy, buttermilk? But no, you're going to let this marinate overnight. And some chopped garlic. We're going to make some garlic fried chicken here. And then we're going to stir this up a little bit just to distribute that garlic a little more evenly. And we're going to cut a little bit of Italian parsley. And we're going to add that to, you can also cut the stems because the stems have a lot of flavor themselves. I like to come home when I bought my herbs and snip off the ends and put them into a container with some water and into the refrigerator, and gosh, they last for at least a couple of weeks. Okay, we've done that. Now we're going to stir it up again, and then we're going to just drop our washed and cleaned dried chickens into the mixture, and we're going to make sure that all the pieces are coated, and that's about it. And then you're going to let this marinate overnight. And then once it's marinated overnight, it'll come out looking like this. Here is a bowl of the chicken drumsticks that I marinated yesterday. And they're very, very shiny, and you want to have that coat on there. And when you bite into these after it's been cooked, you're going to be amazed at how moist that your chicken meat is going to be. Now, some people like to coat on a plate. I prefer to coat in a bag. So Colonel Sanders won't have anything on you once you get these herbs down. We're going to add a teaspoon of salt, and we're going to add a teaspoon of powdered garlic. I know I love garlic. You know I'm the garlic queen. We're going to add about a half a teaspoon of poultry seasoning and a half a teaspoon of chili powder and a half a teaspoon of paprika and a half a teaspoon of pepper. And then we're going to shake it up. That's why I love the bag, because you can do everything that you need to do without getting your hands all messy. Just shake this up, give this a whirl, and I probably have about maybe 2 cups of flour in this bag. And now we're going to pick up these pieces that have been marinated in the buttermilk overnight, and we're going to drop them in. And I like to do about 2 at a time, because you want to make sure that you don't overcrowd your chicken legs, because then if you do, they won't get a good coating. And then you're going to pull them out, shake off the excess, and then I like to kind of let mine dry on the rack, maybe about 15-20 minutes before I actually, do you see how coated that is, before I actually fry it? And then you just heat your oil into a pan. Make sure it's nice and hot. Peanut oil is the best to use, but because I'm an olive oil girl, I like to mix peanut oil and olive oil, and then just fry your chicken. It's been seasoned and it's ready to go. And you know, with chicken, you can serve it either hot, cold, or at room temperature. That's why I love chicken. It's so versatile. So with that said, let's get into our next presentation on the beautiful crudités we're going to make. Our handsome cowboy who's going to make a great dip for that. So instead of making a green salad for your picnic, why don't you just steam up a few crudités, which is French for vegetables. I've boiled some baby fingerling potatoes, I've steamed some broccoli, and then the rest of these vegetables are just raw, and it makes such a beautiful presentation, as you can see how colorful this is. Now, young ladies, old ladies, middle-aged ladies, let's bring on that handsome cowboy, Trevor Arola. Hi, Trevor.
Hi, Jenny. How are you?
Fine. Thank you for
Good.
coming today.
Oh, my pleasure.
I understand you're a college student.
Yes.
What college are you
I
attending?
attend Chico State University,
And what are you studying?
Agriculture, Science, and Education.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I thought maybe you'd be studying something in the culinary field since you love to cook so
No,
much.
that's just a side passion.
Oh yeah, side passion.
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoy agriculture, but then part of that is I get to, really enjoy cooking the food that I grow and help grow and teach people how to grow. So it's really kind of a nice way to encompass all of that.
It certainly is. So what got you inspired to cook, or who got you inspired to cook? When were you inspired to cook?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you. I know I just always grew up with, my parents are really great cooks. My dad especially is a great barbecuer, and that really got me interested in cooking a lot of different kinds of meat. And I really love to do that, especially tri-tip. I've kind of developed my own different dry rubs for tri-tip.
Oh
and
my
so
gosh, I'm impressed.
it's my little specialty when friends come over that I do tri-tip and try
Wonderful.
out some rubs. So yeah.
Well, today you're going to make the dip for our vegetable platter. So
Okay.
he's going to be making a Lebanese cucumber dip. So with that said, why don't you go ahead and start grating some of those cucumbers.
Certainly.
And you're probably wondering why Trevor is grating the cucumbers on a paper towel. Cucumbers have a lot of liquid. They're very watery, and as Trevor can probably verify that fact. So if you grate them or slice them, you want to make sure all the moisture is out before you add them to whatever your base is, because if not, then it becomes very, very watery. So we're going to just grate some of these up. Now, there are several types of cucumbers. My favorite are the Armenian cucumbers. They're about this long and they curl kind of at the neck. Sometimes the bottoms curl, and I love lemon cucumbers. You can also use small pickling cucumbers as well, too. And of course, then there's the other standard English cucumbers and the regular cucumbers. Those look, oh, I can get that aroma. Doesn't that smell wonderful?
That's
All right, well, Trevor's almost done with this. And then when he's done, he's going to pat the grated cucumbers in the paper towels. We have about 3 layers here to absorb some of this moisture. And then once he does that, he's going to add this to the thick Greek yogurt, just plain. We want nothing fruited at all. You just want a nice plain yogurt. Okay, Trev,
Okay,
let's
so
do that.
Let's just pat this dry.
Yeah, we're just gonna pat this dry. Perfect. You can see already that the paper towel is changing colors. A lot of the moisture is coming out, and that's exactly what you want to do. And then he's just going to add it, like I said, to this. That looks pretty good, don't you think?
I think so.
Perfect. Go ahead and just dump it in, honey.
Okay.
Let me step back out of your way here. Let you. And let's kind of turn it like this. There we go.
There we
Perfect.
go.
We got it. All right, now, Trevor, what I'd like you to do is I want you to take this and I want you to mash up a couple of toes of garlic.
Okay.
So here's the knife for you to use. I don't know, do you always use a knife to smash your garlic too?
I do.
Yeah, I do. Oh, look at that guy. He's a pro. He just knew exactly, got that wrist action. He knew exactly how to twist it. And he's going to add that to the bowl. You know, someone told me that if you have a lot of garlic to peel, if you boil water and lay your garlics in the sink, that the skins will just slip off.
Really?
So, yeah. So
I'll have
we're
to try
gonna,
that next
yeah.
time I make garlic bread, because I tend to use
garlic bread?
2 cloves of garlic on my garlic bread, and it takes a long time to
It
do
does,
2
yeah,
cloves of garlic.
try that. And then why don't you let me know how it turns
I
out.
will let you know.
Very good. So he's just going to kind of smash this up now. And then we'll show you folks what the smashed garlic looks like. And he's going to try and make it as fine as he can, smash it. See, he's got that muscle action. He's got that to do that with. How does that look? That looks pretty darn good. Now I'm going to have you add probably a teaspoon of salt, Trev.
Okay.
And then he's going to mix the salt in with the garlic. Great. It'll kind of take that wet garlic and it'll coat it and it'll salt it down, and then he's going to add that to our dip. And then we're going to let it set about 30 minutes, and I tell you, this is so good. Very, very good. Can we stop for a minute and show our viewers what it looks like so
Certainly.
far? Do you see how small those garlic heads are and how he's incorporated the salt in with that? Okay, very good. All right, do you think that's probably about
I
already?
think
Does that
so.
look good to you?
I think so.
Okay, let's go ahead and add that to the, go ahead. Let's turn it to let's turn it like this. Can you get that? And we'll just go like this again with the spoon. Perfect. Okay, you want to mix that up, buddy?
Sure.
Very good. The garlic, the cucumbers. Isn't it
Smell
wonderful?
the aroma mixing.
Oh gosh, I know it. Makes my mouth water.
Yeah.
You know, I wish TV had a sense of smell somehow where you could, what do you think?
It's like a Disneyland ride where it just puffs the aroma
Exactly.
at you. You know?
Exactly. Okay, very good. Now I'm going to have you put a little bit of this dried mint in with it.
Okay.
So if you want to hold your hand open,
Sure.
and then I'm going to have you rub your hands together to kind of make it a little finer. And then you're just going to, and then you're just going to, perfect. You see how it's just kind of falling over that? My Lebanese grandmother taught me that trick, only she used to use the whole leaf mint she'd dry from the garden, and she'd put it on top of our lettuce salads with the chunks of the pita bread in it and the tomatoes and cucumbers. Okay,
You want
yeah.
that
Oh
mixed right
boy,
on in.
this is my favorite. I absolutely love this. That looks very, very nice, Trevor. You did a great job. Thank you. And then just go ahead and spoon it into the bowl here.
Okay.
Let me bring it in a little closer for you.
I'm gonna get a
It's fine.
broccoli in there.
Hey, but that piece of broccoli is going to get dipped anyway, so it doesn't matter.
That's very true.
It'll just get a little first step on this. I can't wait. This is one of my faves for picnicking. Beautiful job, Trevor. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Jen.
And good luck in college, and you let me know
Thank you.
about that garlic.
I will let you know.
Thank you.
Certainly.
Thanks. Now, as long as we're talking about taking vegetables on our picnic with us, pickled vegetables are wonderful to take. My friend Dave Arick, who I call the Calaveras Counter, pickled these beans for me. And he gave me the recipe, so I will be sharing it with you at the end. But look at these beautiful beans that have been sitting in a brine. He said they probably need to sit in for about 3 weeks. Again, that wonderful aroma of the garlic and the brine, I love it. And this is kind of fun too. Again, it's something you can pick up and eat with your fingers. I have been waiting for 3 weeks to open this so I can take a taste. So I think I'm going to do just that. But again, they have the garni vegetables, if you aren't into pickling, that you can make that has the cauliflower and the carrots and everything. So with that said, I'm going to try one of his dilly beans. It has a taste of a dill pickle. Very different. I love it. Thank you, Dave. And speaking of Dave's, it's time for the one and only Mr. Dave Hitchcock to join us today, and he's going to show you what he takes on his picnics. So now I'm going to turn Jenny's kitchen into Dave's kitchen. I have so much fun when my friend Dave Hitchcock comes to join me in my kitchen. We laugh, we talk, we eat, we carry on. And I know you've missed him, but he's back now, and today he's going to show us what he takes on his picnics. What do you take on your picnics, Mr. Hitchcock?
Well, you didn't give me a lot of choices.
I didn't.
Now, I have to tell everybody how this really works. So you gave me a call, and I appreciate that.
I did.
Thank you very much. And you said we're going to go on a picnic. So what do you take on a picnic, and how do we do it? And well, it's got to be cold. Okay, fair
Right.
enough. And we're not going to cook on the picnic.
No, we aren't.
And you have to be able to pick it up on your hands.
Absolutely.
Okay. And so we're not going to cook something special because I'm too lazy for that. So what came to my mind is whatever it is, it's leftovers that taste better out of the refrigerator than they did the first time you cooked them.
But I don't like cold chili.
Well, actually, spaghetti came to my mind. But you know that
Okay,
was that
go
was a little
ahead.
tough too. Or
ahead.
pizza. Pizza
Pizza,
that works.
that
But-
I call pizza.
And then you two said that you took the chicken,
Right.
which I thought was a little poor of you, but I didn't even get a choice.
Well, no,
Anyway,
I'm sorry.
So the next thing that came to my mind was ribs.
I love them.
I do too. The ribs are fabulous. They come ready to eat out of the refrigerator. You know, they can hold on to the
Gnaw
bone.
that bone,
That's right.
absolutely.
So the whole idea was first we have a dinner of ribs.
Got
right?
it.
And they're well cooked ribs. They're nice. They're in the oven long enough that the meat comes off of the bone. So there's 1,001 ways to cook ribs.
Yes,
Just go
there
on
are.
the line and just page after page after page. So it's either kind of, we're going to slop them up, and I happen to love that. That's fine, but it's a little tough when you take it on the picnic. Or you're going to have dry rub, and these are dry rub ribs that you can make up ahead of time. Let them marinate in the refrigerator.
Got it.
Cook them, have dinner. It's wonderful. Everybody's happy. Everybody's messy. Goes take a shower, and then the next weekend you grab that pile of ribs you take off, and it's a picnic
And your
all by its
picnic's
little
ready.
lonesome.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's ready to go.
Exactly.
So the whole issue is how do we cook the dry rub ribs? And-
Well, before we get to that,
Uh-oh,
what are you
uh-oh.
going to put into your dry rub ribs
Well,
before
that's-
we cook them?
We got to make the rub.
Okay,
That's right.
well,
That's right.
tell
Okay.
us how to make the rub,
Okay,
Mr. Hitchcock.
First off, if it wasn't easy, I'm a lazy guy. If it
Hardly,
wasn't
but go
easy,
ahead.
we wouldn't be doing it. So all we do is dump things together, and I'm going to confess. We've
Here
done
we
this.
go. Go ahead. Let me absolve you, but please go ahead.
Okay, I need that little door thing. So when we've done this before, you always make me write down the recipe.
Yes, I do. For you
And-
viewers, I
and,
make him do this for you, not
Well,
for me,
because
for you. I know you're
never.
Mr. Dump Cook.
You just,
and I'm Mrs.
you
Dump
just
Cook,
you just
so,
dump it in there
okay.
and you go with it. So I did that. So I've got the
Okay. Oh, you
I've got
do?
it all written
Okay.
down here. So
All right.
I'm
So
not going to miss
shoot.
it. See,
Go-
so
go
okay.
ahead.
So now, first off, we've had a project back in Missouri.
Okay.
And we fly into Kansas City. So I have had the opportunity to do
Oh.
a scientific, I sacrificed the body for science, review. Oh yeah, I would do that. And checking out ribs.
Okay.
And so,
What a tough job.
somebody's got
Somebody
to
had
do
to do it. Go ahead.
So what I did was tried to find some different rubs or liquids or whatever the case may be.
Okay.
And if you go online, you'll find that almost all of the rubs are the same. I mean, they have the same stuff in it. A little different here, a little different there. The cooking of them is the big difference.
Oh.
And the only thing that I found that is consistent is the difference between essentially Kansas City and Memphis, and most of that is in the cut of the pork,
Really?
or the fact that you go through this whole process, exactly what we're going to do
Okay.
for Kansas City rub, and then if it goes to Memphis, they put cumin into it.
I
I
love
don't
cumin.
understand that.
Oh,
or if you go a little
cumin.
further south, they leave both of those out and they put in ginger and five spice.
So it's more of an Asian
It gives
flavor?
it a little sweetness, to it, so it's a little bit
okay.
different. Anyway, we're just going to do the Kansas City because
Okay, well,
there,
let's
they were kind
do
enough to put
Kansas
up with
City.
it. So, a whole bunch of sweet paprika, half a cup.
Okay.
Half a cup.
Half a cup.
Half a
We
cup.
got that.
Okay. A mess of black powder, pepper.
Pepper. Powder
Quarter-
pepper.
powdered pepper.
Understand. Okay.
Quarter of a cup.
Here, at least let me make myself useful. I'll hold the
Oh,
bowl
I'm
and
gonna,
you
no,
can
you're
dump.
going to get to mix.
Oh,
Okay.
I get to mix.
So-
Okay, go ahead.
So then, 4 tablespoons of garlic powder, 4 tablespoons of onion powder,
Oh my gosh. Okay.
cayenne, a whole bunch of cayenne, 2 big tablespoons of cayennes. But however that works out, it ends up simply being tangy.
Flavorful.
Yeah, flavorful.
Flavorful.
Okay.
I'm not a proponent for hot foods, but when Dave gave me a piece of this cooked rib, it was out of this world, and it wasn't that continual burning. You just got a little tiny hint at the end, which I love. Now that I can deal with.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
And then what seems like a half a cup of coarse salt.
Holy cow! Yeah.
Really coarse. And again, that seems like a lot.
It certainly does.
And I have to tell you that we worked up to it trying a number of different times to do this. And realistically, that's what works.
Okay, then we're going to do with what
You
works.
holding on to that, okay? All
I
right.
certainly
Okay, good.
am. Look at
right.
the beautiful colors in this bowl.
With almost every rub that I ran across, brown sugar is the key.
A must.
It is.
Okay.
It's a binder. It caramelizes.
Okay.
It goes ahead and soaks into the meat really well.
Okay.
It helps get that, what do they call it? The browning on the edge of the meat, as the flavor soaks in. It's wonderful. Anyway.
Okay.
There you go. Okay.
We're going to
Kinda
add
like
all
that
this.
top. Okay, now, I'd like to have a Cuisinart, because that's the way I'd like to do it.
Well, you know what? Ask
not
and
gonna
you
do it.
shall receive.
All right.
Right here, my friend.
Nice, nice.
I told you I'll take good care of you when you come on Jenny's Kitchen.
All right, I don't have a license to run this. so-
Tell you what, it's really expensive to run this license. So, okay, here we go.
All right,
Let's
put
get
all
this.
of
Very
that-
good. All right, and now what's the purpose of this again?
Oh, I'm going to show you.
Oh, you're going to show me.
Yeah, I'm going to show you.
Okay.
Such a deal. Well, actually, it's this liquid smoke.
Oh, okay.
And I don't see that in any of the online recipes.
Okay.
So if we start this going, and it's
Okay.
doing its little
Right.
number, then we just drizzle some of this in until the consistency changes just a little bit. And we're going to get the flavor, and we're going to get a little bit of moisture into our rub, which will help us go ahead and
Got it.
coat.
Okay,
So
here we go. One,
go right
two,
ahead.
three.
Have a little. So it doesn't take much. That's good. I mixed it better than you did too, by the way.
Excuse me, I am the queen of mixing, not you,
I
Mr.
thought you were the
Hitchcock.
queen of.
I'm the queen
stuff.
of everything, and don't forget that.
Okay.
Okay, so here we are,
All
back into our kitchen. All
All
right.
right. So let's.
Go ahead and put this
Yeah.
in the bowl. What an aroma now that comes from that liquid smoke. Okay. Do you want me to get out this little bit?
No, I think we can pass on
Okay.
that. Okay.
All right.
So
Go ahead.
now we've got that guy all ready to go. To prep
Oh,
the.
backstrap molasses. Now this is going to give it a little sweetening in addition to making the rub stick more.
That's right. That's
Very
right.
good.
Exactly right.
Very, very
You were
good.
listening when we talked earlier, weren't you?
I certainly
I know.
was.
I know. Nobody else does. That's pretty amazing.
You mean your wife doesn't listen to you?
Oh, she does, and then I get hit.
Uh-oh. And a little Worcestershire sauce?
Yep. This
Try
needs
and
to
say that 10 times.
Have we started already today? That's not good. Okay.
Okay, so we're basically back to dumping, folks, but I will get
Oh, I'm
the
sorry.
exact measurements for you. It's not a problem.
The exact?
Yes.
That ought to be good. Not
Well,
sure. Can
we'll
you get
try
that off
for
the
the
film?
exact.
That ought to be good.
Okay,
All right. So
stirring
you're just
this up.
thinning that down.
Right.
So it's still thick, but it's paintable. And that's
Okay.
what we're going to do.
All right, very good. So now we're going
We're
to
going to
paint
paint a
these
little of
ribs.
this on just to start the process, just to let it know who's boss. And here it comes, because it's going to go into the oven for a long time.
What temperature?
Well, it's going to be very, very low. We're going to put this in the oven for at least 3 hours.
Okay,
3 hours
all right,
at very low temperature, like 220.
okay. So this is a dish you want to make when you're going to be working outside all day, but you want to come home or come in the kitchen and have a nice hot meal when you're done.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Or a cold meal since we're doing ribs. or
well,
a room temperature meal,
We're
whatever
gonna
kind of
get
meal.
both, all right?
Okay, we're going to do it all.
All right, we're
Very,
going to
very
get
good.
both.
Okay.
We're going to have dinner, and then we're going to have the picnic.
Very
So we
good.
want to get this on, and with all of that moisture on there, we could pack it on so that it's a 1/4 inch thick. That's not what we're trying to do. We're just trying to get it well covered.
Okay.
You can see the salts in there.
Yes, I certainly can.
Just get it well covered.
Now, do you do the underside as well?
Yep,
Okay,
we're going to do that.
all right.
But I
Just
wanna put it-
checking.
I'm going to run over there and get the platter.
Okay, go ahead, reach
we
over
go.
there and
I got
get the platter.
Want to hold
Let-
that?
I would be glad
We're
to
gonna
hold it.
Flip this on there.
Okay. Flip, very good.
Nice.
Okay,
Then we're going to throw some more of this on there.
Now, why don't you coat the underside? You don't really need to?
Why don't I?
Yes.
This is the underside.
No, I'm saying with your little liquid.
Oh, I did that very purposely because I forgot.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, no, I just thought maybe that there was a reason, and if so, I needed to know.
Nope,
so I
nope,
could
nope,
let,
nope,
I
nope,
could
nope.
let you guys know. Okay,
No,
fine.
Remember that whole part about we're not being real technical here?
Yeah, I certainly do.
okay, well, I
It's
flunked.
fine.
I don't know,
Oh,
let's
you
see.
didn't stop.
All right, so
Okay, very
there's
good.
that guy.
Okay, very, very good. Oh man,
So we're
look
going to
at
get
that.
all of that in there, otherwise it's going
Tuck
to drip
it
in the oven.
No, and we don't want it to
We
drip in the
don't
oven.
want to do that because it gets ugly.
Okay.
Okay, so that's going to go just like that,
Okay.
hard on the pan,
Right.
into the oven, and it's going to go in there for at least 3 hours, 220 in that neighborhood. If you've got a convection, that's a good thing. Turn it on convection.
Well, I do.
Let that go around. Okay.
Okay.
And when it comes out, then you could actually eat it the way it is when it comes out. But I personally, ribs, I don't know, I grew up with them on the barbecue. So I take them out then and put them on the barbecue. So I like that. I like the flavor of it. If it's a briquette grill, that's even better than a gas grill. But however it works, you get that little glaze on there. These are ribs that when you go to eat them, the meat will stay attached to the bone until you go gnawing at it, and then it's all going to come off. It's just right. It's not that everything's falling apart and
Right. Got it.
you can just kind of sit there and pull out the bone. No.
Now, do you cover this with foil, or you just put it in
No,
all
just like that.
natural?
Just
Okay,
like that.
put it in like this. Okay.
So then it
all right,
goes
so
off.
let's walk it over to the oven. You know where my oven is?
You didn't move it, did you?
No, I
Okay.
didn't. Help yourself, Dave.
Thank you.
Gosh, what a great picnic we're going to have. I can't wait. I'm starving to boot. All this wonderful, wonderful food. Now, we all know every meal needs a little dessert. And today I'm going to show you how to make a dessert that's not going to be full of a lot of useless calories. This morning, I sliced up some bananas and some peaches, some mangoes, some kiwi, some pears, and I brushed them with balsamic vinegar and I grilled them. And Trevor arranged this beautiful platter of our fruits, our grilled fruits for dessert. And next, he's going to show you how to make a great dip for the fruit. Okay, Trev, here's the sour cream.
Okay.
Now you're going to add the apricot jam. If you don't like apricot jam, you can use strawberry, a blackberry, whatever is your choice. I happen to love apricots, so therefore I like to use this. And that makes such a beautiful little color. It's not real sickening sweet, and it's not real tart. It's just that perfect right in the middle. Just like Dave's ribs, right in the middle. And then we're going to add some shredded coconut to this. Perfecto. And you can use sweetened or unsweetened. And then we're going to add some chopped almonds. Now you can vary the nuts as well. You can do walnuts, you can do peanuts, you can do macadamia nuts, whatever you'd like. And then you just mix it all up, and then I'm going to have you, Trev, put it into our little fruit dip containers, and then we're going to go dipping. Nice job, by the way.
And get this in without spilling everywhere.
Oh, if you spill, you spill.
Oh,
It's
well,
human to spill in the kitchen, my gosh.
Well, then I might just have to eat one of the pears. That
Yeah,
spills
darn
on,
it.
So it doesn't ruin the presentation of the dish.
Thank you. Smart guy's got the right words down, the presentation of the dish. All right, help me hold this up, my friend.
Sure.
Trevor, I really want to thank you. You're instrumental in the kitchen to me today. Thank
Well,
you
thank
so
you
much.
for having me. I
and
appreciate it.
I appreciate all your good work, and get that degree.
I will.
Come back
Thank
and
you
see
very
me.
much. Had a lot of fun.
Thank you. All right, guys, sink your little teeth into this. Now, what would a picnic be without potato chips? And I'm not talking about those want-to-be vegetables you get into the bag. I'm talking about a real potato chip. And Mr. Hitchcock is going to show you how to make a true potato chips. David,
Oh, yeah.
the kitchen is yours.
You get those potato chips, right?
Yes.
And it's in the big bag, and
Yes.
it's full of air, and you
Yes.
open it up, and
And
then
it
the
goes-
stuff's all the way down.
Exactly.
And then you're at a party, right? And people are taking potato chips, and either they're digging down in the stuff to get the half a potato chip, which doesn't look good, or you go over there and you dip and you get somebody else's half a potato chip.
There you go.
We're not doing that. See, these are potato chips.
Those look
This
so
is a
divine.
potato chip that you can actually take and
And dip.
yeah,
Got
you know, you don't dip it in there and get it wet. You get stuffed with it, right? So that's the whole idea here, is to get some chips, and these will go on a picnic, no problem.
So how do we get from this to
Okay,
this?
so when we had that dinner,
Right?
we took a bunch of potatoes and we threw them in the oven. That was really tough because the oven was on anyway.
Smart.
Nice, huh? So pull those potatoes out, and if you got somebody as nice as Pat, they come and they take all the innards out, right? And there's your mashed
sous chef?
potatoes, right?
Pat, your sous chef?
Pat, my
Oh,
sous
go
chef,
ahead.
that's right.
Go ahead.
Actually, she's all the brains of the outfit. And so then what you're left with is these wonderful little shells. Now,
Yes.
you could go ahead and bake these. You could go ahead and put them in the oils. You could do all kinds of things. Fill them. You know, at restaurants you get potato skins and
Got it.
whatnot.
Right.
That's all they're doing. This is the simplest thing in the world. I cut them in half to get that size over there.
Okay.
So
Got
we're going to run through. We're going to cut a bunch of them in half.
Okay.
And then all we're going to do is throw them into a pan of hot oil.
How
That's it.
simple is that?
That's it. You know, throw a little salt on them when they come out.
Yum.
You want to start those? You can throw some in the,
Oh,
on the oil if you
I
want.
would be more than glad
And
to.
I'll do the heavy work here. You know, you
Okay,
can take
yeah.
a-
He's going to do the heavy work, and I'm going to go back here and I'm going to drop these right into the oil. We have a big pot of oil heating. We've had it heating, and here they go. All right, Mr. Hitchcock.
Yeah, you just kind of launch those babies. And they will go in there for only a few seconds. I
Okay.
have the tool, unless you're going to grease it with your fingers.
There you go. He's got the tool.
And
So
literally,
these little wedges,
they're going to sit in there for a very short time.
I can see them. They're already browning. I can see them. They're turning golden.
I can see potatoes now. Okay. Yes, they're, look at that. See, they're
See?
already done.
Look at that. Now, what type of oil did you use?
Out of the jar.
No, but I mean, was it peanut? Was it
Nothing
olive? Was it?
special. Oh, come on.
Well,
You
come
know,
on.
you know I don't cook that way.
No,
what
but
was
I'm
growing
saying-
in the garden,
what
what was
was
on
going-
sale at the store.
Okay, all
That's
right,
all
all right.
that counts.
Well, I know,
And your
but if you
thing
use
about
potato
those useless
oil,
calories, I've never
Yes.
met a calorie I didn't like. Cut it out.
well, but Dave, wouldn't you like to have something healthy for a change?
Yeah, I do.
Okay,
I do.
so we're going to fry his
time.
potato skins, folks, in peanut oil because it gets hotter quicker and they don't get as greasy. So I will be the one to kind of
That's
cut
what I
in
would've
on
said.
his recipe and tell you we're going to use potato oil. These look beautiful. May I at least hold this dish for you? I have to make
sure,
myself
okay.
useful here,
All right,
you know,
very good.
at some point.
All right, so what we're going to do is we're just going to take these out,
Okay.
strain them off a little tiny bit. They
Okay.
really, I don't know why, but they don't take greasy. Throw a little
Salt
of sea
on?
salt, coarse sea salt on
Very
there.
good.
Got that?
Go
Okay,
ahead.
go ahead.
I'm going to let you.
You're going to turn
and
that
I'll
off?
do the.
All
I'll
right.
turn off the stove.
Yeah. Okay.
Very good.
we go.
Okay. That's it.
A little of that.
Mm.
And then what we've got over here is just some simple mango chutney salsa,
Okay.
right? You can do anything. You want to make some mayonnaise and put some lemon in it. You want to
Do
get
some sour cream and dill or something.
You're getting fancy on me,
Yeah, of
aren't
course.
you? Yeah.
Always
Okay.
do.
You go in the refrigerator, you find something that mixes
Ketchup.
together, you put it in there.
What about ketchup?
That too. You know, I'm not going to bring you along next time.
Okay. Go ahead.
But see, now those are kind of hot, so I'm going to grab one of these.
Okay.
I have to tell you here. Now I'm going to make I made this special for you.
Oh, I can't wait,
It
Mr.
took me a long
Hitchcock.
time to make one of those up special just for you.
yummy.
I'm going to have one too because I
Ooh,
like
look
them.
at this with this big mango.
Yeah,
at the
you
end.
get something on there, not this mamby-pamby kind of stuff. Oh, yep. You can talk with your mouth full, it's okay. That's the best you
This
can
is
do.
really good. No. I'm trying to swallow and talk at the same time and be polite about it.
All right, as long as you don't cough and snort or something. So,
Then don't make me laugh.
oh yeah. So last Wednesday or whatever, we had nice hot ribs, had people over, because you don't want to cook one rack. We got all of those taken care of. We had mashed potatoes because that gave us the potato skins that we needed. We had some nice fresh California veggie. I'd like to do your dessert, but we got all that together. We had dinner, went in the refrigerator. Come Saturday morning, cook these guys up. This is ready to go. Life is a picnic. We're out of here.
Amen. Life's a bit. You know what I like about these? There's texture to them.
Isn't that nice? Yeah.
I mean, you actually get to chew a potato chip. I've never been able to chew because they're so thin they break and then they're gone. But this you actually chew.
You're one of those people who leaves a half a potato chip, aren't you?
You bet.
Yeah, okay.
All right. So with that said, Let's go to Millier Winery and have Jana Millier pair all this wonderful food with some of their great wines. I'm in Murphys, California today at Millier Winery with Jana Millier. Jana, thank you for having Jenny's Kitchen.
Thanks for coming in, Jenny.
You bet. How long has Millier been in business in Murphys?
We've been here since 1983.
I know I've been drinking your wine for a long time. I just couldn't remember how long. Jana, I'm going on a picnic and I'm going to be making some Maryland fried chicken, some marinated shrimp, a vegetable platter, and I think I'm going to do some shortbreads.
Wow, that sounds delicious.
So,
Jen.
can you pair some wines?
We would love to pair some wine.
Good. Let's start with the Maryland fried chicken.
Well, for a picnic, I think that our Primitivo Jeunesse would be wonderful with your chicken dish.
Okay, well let's have a little sample. This is the best part of the show. Okay.
So we do the Primitivo. So this Primitivo we do in a whole berry fermentation, so it creates a real fruity, lighter wine.
This will be perfect with the Maryland fried chicken. Great body to this wine.
I'm glad
Wonderful.
you
I love it. It's a new varietal. I'll have to pick up a bottle next time that I come.
Great.
For the marinated shrimp, what are you thinking?
Well, your marinated shrimp and vegetable platter, we have a wonderful Gewürztraminer that we do, and it's in a semi-off dry style.
Okay.
It would be wonderful with that dish.
Well, let's give it a shot and see. Yes. Perfect complement to the shrimp. It would be great with the vegetables too. Oh, I just love this.
It's a very popular wine here.
Oh, I can see why. Delicious. Thank you. Now for my shortbread cookies. What are you thinking?
Well, I will only give you this wine if I get an invitation to it.
Of course. Why not? Wine viewers, why not? She brings the wine, I make the food. What a great pair.
So the shortbread sounds like it would be great pairing for our Captain's Cuvée Muscat.
It's Cuvée Muscat.
Yes, nice picnic wine, and it's nice and chilled. It'll be fun on the blankets and nice shortbread cookies.
Now, speaking of cuvées, I remember we used to have Robert's Cuvée around Christmas time. Do you still offer that?
We still make our Robert's
Oh my
Cuvée.
gosh, that's been here since 1983, probably too.
Yep, named
Yes.
after Liz and Steve's son,
Your husband.
my husband.
Very good.
This is Kathy, named after their daughter, my sister-in-law.
Very nice. That is light, flavorful, with a great impact. That would be great. I think I might even dunk some of my shortbread cookies in this. What do you think?
I think
You really get a double whammy of that wine. This is wonderful. Well, with that said, you can wrap me up these 3 bottles and away we'll go. Thank you again, Jen, for having Jen's Kitchen. Dave, we've worked so hard this morning. I think we need a little vino to help us.
A little?
What do you think? Well, maybe a lot, you know. So let's just pour a little bit of this
Okay.
Jeunesse. Just to kind of get us started, because now listen, don't get like that. We still have a picnic basket to pack, my friend. You know,
Okay.
I didn't realize how much I'd missed you till I had you. So thank
until
you,
you
Dave.
send me down the road. Okay, thank you very much.
Oh, Jana was right. This is so smooth. I love Millier wines. I've been drinking them for years. I've been drinking them since the early 80s. So here's what Jana paired for us today. Here is a Jeunesse, which will go with our meat dishes, especially our ribs. Yes, won't that be great with that? And then we have Catherine's Cuvée, which will go with our grilled balsamic vegetables. and our dip. And then over here, we have a Gewürztraminer, which will go with our vegetable dishes. So I don't know how we're going to do this, but we're going to do it. I think we're going to pack our little picnic basket.
Our little picnic basket?
Our little
Yeah.
do
You know,
do
I've got
you?
the picnic basket.
Oh, you do? Do
What
you?
happened to the orphan that was in it?
Well, Dave, look at all this food. It's either this picnic basket or we call U-Haul.
I'm gonna pack, but you've got to carry.
Oh, thanks. I think it's going to take more than you and I to carry. So,
got wheels,
you know.
it's all right.
Oh, it does have wheels. Hey, what a good hey, we should invent something. Picnic baskets with
Shh, don't tell
wheels.
anybody.
Oh, Cook, we won't.
Yeah.
So anyway, here we have our dilled green beans made by Dave Auric, the Calaveras counter. We have the buttermilk, garlic, marinated fried chicken. We have Dave's awesome ribs that have been rubbed with the Kansas City
then, of course, we
rub,
have our
created by
true
this
potato
man here.
chips.
This
These are
culinary wonderful.
whiz.
Wait till you try them. Are you ever going to be impressed? You know, I've made potato chips before where you got to get out the mandolin and slice them paper thin, dry each individual chip before you put in the oil in a pot. No, this is great.
You notice
Thank
that when
you.
they went in?
Yeah.
No splattering,
Nothing. I
No, no,
absolutely
no.
love it. I'm so excited. The new recipe. And then, of course, we have the chutney dip with that. And then we have these wonderful, beautiful ribs again.
That was dinner the other night, remember?
Of course. How could I forget that? Was dinner the other night, David? And then we have our crudité with our homemade dip. Now, let me tell you something. It only takes a minute or two, as you saw with Trevor. You don't have to buy the stuff already made that's full of everything that shouldn't be in there. Just be creative. Create your own essence. I've steamed some potatoes and some broccoli, and the rest are raw. Just dip in and have a great time. And then our balsamic glazed grilled fruits. And pick any fruit you like. I was going to do cantaloupe. I haven't tried watermelon, but cantaloupe grill's nice, as does honeydew. So I guess with that said, we should have another sip of the nectar of the gods here.
At least one.
And I thank you again. I have missed you so much,
It's
Dave.
always fun.
Yes, it is. Now, shall we start packing? I'm in Murphys, California today at Millier Winery with Jana Millier. Jana, thank you for having Jenny's Kitchen.
Thanks for coming in, Jenny.
You bet. How long has Millier been in business in Murphys?
We've been here since 1983.
I know I've been drinking your wine for a long time. I just couldn't remember how long. Jana, I'm going on a picnic and I'm going to be making some Maryland fried chicken, some marinated shrimp, a vegetable platter, and I think I'm going to do some shortbreads.
Wow, that sounds delicious.
So,
Jenny.
can you pair some wines?
We would love to pair some wine.
Good. Let's start with the Maryland fried chicken.
Well, for a picnic, I think that our Primitivo Jeunesse would be wonderful with your chicken dish.
Okay, well, let's have a little sample. This is the best part of the show. Okay.
So this Primitivo we do in a whole berry fermentation, so it creates a real fruity, lighter wine.
This will be perfect with that Maryland fried chicken. Great body to this wine.
I'm glad
Wonderful.
you
I love it. It's a new varietal. I'll have to pick up a bottle next time that I come.
Great.
For the marinated shrimp, what are you thinking?
Well, your marinated shrimp and vegetable platter, we have a wonderful Gewürztraminer that we do, and it's in a semi-off dry style.
Okay.
It would be wonderful with that dish.
Well, let's give it a shot and see. Oh, yes. Perfect complement to the shrimp. It'll be great with the vegetables too. Oh, I just love this.
It's a very popular wine here.
Oh, I can see why. Now for my shortbread cookies. What are you thinking?
Well, I will only give you this wine if I get an invitation to your picnic.
Of course. Why not? Wine viewers, why not? She brings the wine, I make the food. What a great pair.
So the shortbread sounds like it would be great pairing for our Catherine's Cuvée Muscat.
Catherine's Cuvée Muscat.
Yes, nice picnic wine, and it's nice and chilled. Will be fun on a blanket with some nice shortbread cookies.
Now, speaking of cuvées, I remember you used to have Robert's Cuvée around Christmas time. Do you still offer that?
We still make our Robert's
Oh my
Cuvée.
gosh, that's been
Yes.
here since 1983 probably too.
Yep, named
Yes.
after Liz and Steve's son,
Your husband.
my husband.
Very good.
This is Kathy, named after their daughter, my sister-in-law.
Very nice. It's a good thing I'm only sampling 3 wines today, or else I wouldn't make it back to the kitchen. That is light, flavorful, with a great impact. That would be great. I think I might even dunk some of my shortbread cookies in this. What do you think?
I think it
Really
would-
get a double whammy of that wine. This is wonderful. Well, with that said, you can wrap me up these 3 bottles and away we'll go. Thank you again, Janet, for having Jenny's Kitchen.
Thank you, Jenny.
You bet. Hi, Jana.
Hi.
What is your signature wine?
Well, we're known for Zinfandels here,
Okay.
but our signature Zinfandel is the Ghirardelli Zinfandel.
Please, may I have a pour?
I would love to pour you some.
Thank you.
So this is the oldest vineyard in the county of Calaveras. It is 114
Oh
this
my
year.
gosh.
Yeah.
That is old.
And dry farmed, so they don't irrigate this.
Oh, they
vineyard.
don't. Look at the color. It's beautiful. Oh, so smooth going down. Delicious. I absolutely love it. I love the smoothness of all Millier wines. They're very smooth.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you, Jana.